So yesterday, I had a really deep moment myself. I was literally going to the past and looking at my trials and tribulations I have overcame. And the one big thing I really wanted to give myself praise for is the fact that I overcame my codependency and abandonment tendencies. Healed those wounds. I thought I healed those wounds. And then, I was just thinking about all the people in my life and, how much I love them and adore them. And all of a sudden, the feeling was like,
bitch, what's their hair? You got deeper layers to heal. And I'm like, damn, bitch. The fear of people leaving my life, the fear of letting go of the old to allow in the new kept showing up. And I had a good laugh because I was like, damn, nah, boy, you still got deeper. You gotta go deeper, And because of this is why I'm doing this video today, is understanding how to emotionally detach. And this is the most powerful skill that any of us can do, because when we learn how to emotionally detach, we will learn how to harness our energy and be in our own frame to the point that we're not seeking being seen on the outside. All we're seeking is feeling whole on the inside. Children, beautiful beings, welcome back, Awaken Ones, on another episode on Embracing the Ascension series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome. So glad to have you here. But if you've been on this journey with me so far, boo-boo, what's going on, boo-boo? Welcome back. On this channel, I speak about spiritual development, emotional awareness. I do guided readings for each zodiac sign, and I talk about things I feel need to be talked about because it's our divine right to know more than what we have been told. And I feel I've helped myself heal through a lot of things that I wasn't taught. So I feel it is my duty to serve and actually share with you what has helped me, because I feel it will be beneficial for you. And how dare I be selfish and keep all these golden nuggets to myself. And this is one golden nugget that I want to share with you today. But before we get into it, if you resonate with this message and it does bring you any clarity or healing, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. But I want to jump right into this entire topic, because I really had a laugh with myself. I'm just like, when we believe that we have healed something and it uprises even in a stronger momentum, it's just like, damn, what was I doing the whole time before? Like, if you're still there, But the thing is, self-love is a priority. It's an everyday job. Healing is an everyday job. Not in the sense where you think you're broken, but in the sense where you're just trying to fulfill yourself on the inside rather than the outside. Because the outside is where the ego wants its instant gratification. But on the inside is where you dismantle the perceptions of the ego and you open up to what your heart is really yearning for, to what your heart has been wanting to say, overriding those instant gratification with true longing and true desire. That was really deep. I don't know where that came from. Channeling. But in doing this inner work and recognizing how your soul, your vessel, your being is only desired to be fulfilled from the inside. And I know a lot of you may think, well, that's not true. I like eating. I like sex. I like drinking. I like smoking. Yes, don't get me wrong. I like those things. But on a subconscious level, we're all trying to grab onto something to give us a sense of safety, stability, like, I'm okay, I'm normal, like seeking a sense of validation or a sense of power over something or someone in order for us to feel like we are good enough. And it's crazy how the mind will come up with so many coping mechanisms for us to avoid how to fulfill ourselves on the inside. And so let's get into the reason why we get so emotionally attached to things to the point that it ruins our day sometimes, or to the point that it could ripple into years and years and years later, to the point you keep rethinking that relationship, that person, or that situation, and it gets you back into that same experience, and it rejuvenates all those chemical imbalances for your nervous system to react back to that experience and relive it. And this is how we get stuck into the endless cycle of emotional attachment, is because we don't want to let go, because the pain feels more real than allowing the love of something new and something better for us. And so the second reason why we get emotionally attached to things, well, because it's human nature, it's in our DNA, it's in our chemical balancing and chemical making that we seek connection. And as much as they say in the spiritual community, you got to learn to be alone and all that. Yes, it's good to learn to be alone so you can learn to love yourself. Learn who you are. Learn why you were created. But we're not meant to be alone. This is why we're all existing at the same time, because we all have a divine counterpart. We all have soul family that is meant for us to connect with. We're meant to connect. But sometimes we don't get, or most of the time we don't get that connection we desire. Is because we haven't gone within and to see our own toxic tendencies and our own pain that needs to be healed. And this is how we end up becoming positive in a toxic manner, and how we emotionally bypass. And what I mean by toxic in a positive manner, on the external, you're portraying yourself as you're good, you're Gucci, I'm bubbly, oh my god, my life is so gorgeous. But on the inside, you're just like, yo, I'm lost as fuck. I feel like people hate me. I feel like people judge me. I have so many insecurities. That is toxic positivity. Or you emotionally bypass through substance abuse, chatting with people over and over and over, multiple different people, asking for advice, not really sitting with yourself. Those are two ways of how we can neglect taking care of ourselves and healing what is recreating the suffering in our lives through multiple different relationships or situations. And so through emotional attachment, the thing is, on an energetic level, emotions are energy in motion. So if emotions are energy, on an energetic level, on a subconscious level, what we don't see with our physical eyes, there is energetic cords that we are attached to that actually take our power from us. And this is why majority of us empaths or spiritual beings or people who have a really, really big heart, they wonder why their focus is always on so many different things. Is because we have these energetic cords and attachments to us that we do not see, but we feel. And the feeling of these energetic and emotional attachments literally feel like our life force is being sucked out of us. It feels like there's nothing but sadness, nothing but stagnation, nothing but just a wallowing of what is not. And that's how you know you have a lot of energetic attachments to you, because you're so focused on other or outside of you, but it's so hard for you to even sit in your body without feeling anxious or scared or feel like you have to do something or be someone or prove yourself. It's a crazy dynamic how the body works. And so since now we understand why we get emotionally attached, here's where I want to get into the energetic understanding of it. Even though I just explained the energetic cords, let's get a little deeper. So on an energetic level, the reasoning why we get even more attached to things and people is because on an energetic level, we have to understand that our body holds our experiences. It holds memories, and those memories have their own vibration that still sits within the body. So since we don't actually become aware of these limiting beliefs or these blockages from when we get triggered, when we don't actually go within the trigger, but we avoid it, when we don't go within the trigger, then that chemical from that memory of that experience is going to be relived within your body, and your body is going to react in the way where it's going to protect you, even if it's not good for you. See how the body works? The nervous system holds all of your emotions, not your thoughts. This is why a lot of us in this world are so immersed in just the logical mind. We forget we have a body. This is why a lot of us are in tune with other people in the outside world, because we're only focused on the mind, the throat, speaking, a little bit blockage of the heart or emotional unavailability, but there's no attachment to the lower body, which is the root of who you are. And that is a clear example of how people are not in tune with themselves, how people don't know who they are. And this is why people chase. This is why people are desperate. This is why people say, I want love so bad. I don't get why this always happens to me. I don't get why people don't want me. I'm not a bad looking person. I don't get why like friends always leave. I don't get this. I don't get that. It's because you are neglecting and abandoning yourself. And I could share this with you because I came from a very, very broken household. And I say very broken because the very people I should have trusted has hurt me and neglected and abandoned me multiple, multiple times. And what I mean by people I should have trusted, you know, I've been molested by family members. And it's hard for me to even trust people. Because if I was hurt by someone who's supposed to take care of me, how can I trust, you know? Or, you know, coming from emotional, physical abuse by a sibling, you know, that was tough on myself to the point I'm always, you know, so overprotective if people are very close to my personal space. You know, these little subtle things have showed my inner child how much I need to protect myself and only hold on to the good times, the good moments, and neglect the bad and avoid them. And this is how I grew up recently, even realizing I still had these tendencies that I would attach myself to what my little inner child had made a belief of. Is like, I'm gonna attach myself to only good things. So I will avoid red flags in people or things. I will avoid the negative and only see the good. And this is how I didn't know how to set boundaries. This is how I taught people to use me because I didn't teach people how to respect me. And because of this, subconsciously, I always felt guilt and shame, like there was something wrong with me when people didn't want me or choose me or rejected me or didn't want to be around me. I thought it was because of me. Little did I know it was because, you know, we avoid our healing. We avoid taking care of ourselves. But little did I have to go a little deeper and recognize it has nothing to do with the people that I chase after or I'm desperate for attention or the things or the goals or the outcome. It has nothing to do with these very things. What it has to do with is, why is it that I don't feel good enough as I am and I think I need something or someone to make me feel good about myself? Ain't it crazy how when you just dive deep into this, you'll realize it's all just within you. It's all just a belief. It's an emotion. It's a thought. It is not true, but it's only true because we gave it power. Now, how can you give yourself the power to emotionally detach from what you know is hurting you and no longer serving you because you're tired of lying to yourself? Now, the way to become emotionally detached from anything or anyone is by recognizing your own body. Here's the crazy thing. It takes vulnerability in order to be there for yourself. Like it takes vulnerability to speak up to someone that has hurt you, or the same way it takes another person to be vulnerable and let them know how they feel about you. You know, it takes vulnerability to go within and have compassion for yourself when you feel hurt and you have no one there. It takes massive vulnerability. And here is what I love that I learned this today. I love that I learned this today because all my life, since I had all this pain, I always came out as an exterior of having so much charisma and confidence, you know? But on like the under the surface, I had so many insecurities. I did not feel good enough about myself. I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything or anyone. But on the external, I portrayed myself like I had it all together. Very narcissistic, I had to admit to myself. But since I awakened to this, I realized at those moments when, you know, I had that lie, that mask on, I was only creating my own suffering. I was only hurting myself. I was desperate to find a sense of happiness outside of me. And the way that I've been able to overcome that is by being vulnerable. And that was scary, to open up my heart, to listen to it, to listen to my own pain, my own wounds. It takes vulnerability to be honest with what you need and who you are, and holding a space for someone else or the world to even do that to you. And, you know, and I love that I learned this because vulnerable. Oh, Able means ability. Able, ability. Now, vulnerable means wound. You have to have the ability to look at your own wounds. Why do you get attached to the subtle little things? When you go on a date, you hope they text you back. Or when you have a friend, you hope that they appreciate you the way that you appreciate them, and they show up for you the way you show up. Why? Why? When you can question these triggers, when you can question these wounds, little do you know, a lot of people think these wounds are their burdens. What if, instead of running away from your wounds and thinking they're a burden, lean into them and realize they're actually here to help you overcome them, to heal them, to recognize the lesson behind them. And the lesson behind being able to emotionally detach is knowing that you are just as important as the person and the thing that you're making. We put people and things on a pedestal because we see the best in them. But to the point that we think we need them because we don't see the best in ourselves. So now it's at a moment where you got to understand, why is it that there is a pedestal? And why is it that I think I need? Why do I think I need? Where is this neediness coming from? Because neediness is very unattractive. I heard it from plenty of people. Neediness is very unattractive. Like, Britt, my ex told me, it's very unattractive, to always be needy and calling and always being there and being nice. And I started to realize she's right. But I've been able to have the power to be honest with self and not lie to self. If people are showing me through their actions, opposite from their words, then I can't lie to myself. I should not attach myself to anything that I think I need, because we think we need people or things when really it's just our inner child, our childhood wounds that are reenacting the familiarity of what they think love is. When really, this whole purpose of learning your wounds and seeing them is to unlearn what you think love is. So the best and final way to emotionally detach from anything or anyone is to do the hardest thing that most people don't do. Is to force yourself to be with yourself. I hate to say that's the best way you can learn how to emotionally detach, because that is the only way you will be able to see and perceive of why is it that you think you need. That shit fucking rhymed. I love it. I fucking love it. But that is the flow. That is the process that it's helped me. And just because there's a difference between being with yourself and being alone. People who are alone always got to watch TV, always got to be on their phone, always talking to someone, always going somewhere, always running errands. That's coming from a state of loneliness and avoidance. Being with self is about putting away all the distractions and giving yourself all of the attention that you need, that you want another person or another thing or the world to give you. And when you can give that attention to yourself, it's going to be uncomfortable because we weren't taught to love ourselves. It's going to be uncomfortable because you're teaching your body what love is. And it's going to be like, it's used to the toxic type of love. So it's like, damn, this is healthy. I don't know about that. It's going to be uncomfortable. But here's the thing. I know that your soul would rather go through the growing pains of learning how to love yourself than going through the constant repetitive cycle of suffering. Of allowing things to be on repeat, to repeat that belief that you're not worthy of what it is you want. So all of what I've shared with you today is just a guideline that you can actually use to find your own way to learn how to emotionally detach. And the thing is, you guys, this is all here to teach you how to feel more attractive within yourself, how to be more in your own energy, how to even see the best qualities of yourself rather than making other people a celebrity. You know what I mean? Because when you put people on a pedestal, you make them a celebrity and they look at you like a fan. You're not a fan. You're not a fucking fan. Shit, you're not even a fucking celebrity. You are a guiding fucking light. Like a moth to a flame that is meant to shine upon this world. Own that. Learn that. Merge with that. And unbind yourself from everything that denies that. And therefore, see who you are, see what you have to offer, and do not fear your pain. Do not fear your wounds. Do not judge yourself for thinking that you've been desperate. I've been desperate. I've been needy. I even told someone that I love dearly that I would kill myself if they leave. I've done that. Very narcissistic. But in realizing all of that, I've been able to find a way to feel whole. Because I chose to emotionally detach so I can learn how to love myself and never attach myself to things that I think I need, because I have all that I need. You have all that you need. So, beautiful beings, that's all I wanted to share with you today. You know, there's so much more to this, and if you want me to do more videos on this, then I will actually dive a little bit deeper into why is it that we are so codependent, and why is it that we seek so many things outside of us. If you want me to dive deeper into this, let me know your feedback in the comment section below. But if you got any clarity out this video, any activations, or any like whoa, fuck epiphany, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button. And to know any of my business inquiries or anything about me, then all that information will be down in the description box below. But until then, you guys, I really hope this served you in the best and highest good. I know it has, and I know it will assist you. But until then, you guys, have a blissful day, and I'll see you on the next one.